ears to hear what your Spirit would talk and tell us this morning. We pray in your name. So how many of you have been on a road trip lately? Gosh, I love road trips. I was saying in the earlier service, I just sometimes really would like just to get in my car and go out west. You know, not tell anybody, of course I have to tell somebody, but you know what I mean. My fantasy, this is in my mind, okay? So it's not perfect. I want to go sometimes, don't you? Well, there was this family, this couple, they were taking a road trip down south, and it was really interesting. You know, they were kind of having a little argument, and we had to, she was the navigator, because back in the day, they didn't have GPS, okay? What did they use? Maps. You have one person that's got the map, and you got one person that's driving that doesn't always cajole. You know what I'm talking about? That's right. Well, as they were going down, you know, they were talking about how to pronounce certain southern towns. Like they came across Topeka, right? But the English grammar major that was the wife said, no, that's Topeka. It's Topeka. No, it's Topeka. You know, they were fighting back and forth. They came close to another town, and it was spelled Louisville. And the English teacher, she said, well, that's Louisville. And her husband said, nah, that's Louisville, right? Louisville. All right, well, they were arguing back and forth, and finally they got hungry. They went off and took the first exit, went into a restaurant and said, can you tell us where we're at and how to pronounce it? And he said, Burger King. So it's hard sometimes getting lost, right? And feeling like maybe you don't have a handle on things, right? It's interesting, for sure. And you know, I have personally lost some things. I have 3 things that I lose on a regular basis. Can anybody guess what those 3 things are? Keys, glasses. What else? Oh, those are good. You're getting close, but that's not the number 1. I'm talking when I lose this first thing, I get really, really stressed out because I think to myself, oh no. What is it? Who said mine? Sherry. I already thought, I know I've already lost it. That's for sure. No, it was not the mine. No, it's another thing. It gets home very quickly. Anybody else? What else could I have lost? What? Oh, the debit card. I tell you what, I almost go into a spasm when I can't find it in my wallet. I go looking up underneath the floorboards and all of that stuff in the car, and then I'm telling you, I usually, you know what it usually is? I'm usually going somewhere and I stick it in my pocket. I take it off, right, and I put something else on, and then it's in the closet laying around somewhere. It's terrible losing stuff. You know that Jesus told a parable about losing something, the lost coin. Let me read it to you. And it goes like this in Luke 5:8-10. Imagine a woman who has 10 coins and loses 1. Won't she light a lamp and scour the house, looking in every nook and cranny until she finds it? And when she finds it, you can be sure she'll call her friends and neighbors and celebrate with me. I found my lost coin. Count on it. That's the kind of party God's angels throw every time one lost soul turns to God. So here, isn't this awesome? This is the way Jesus taught. That's why I so like it. Because he took everyday life, okay? We're living everyday lives, right? Everyday stupid little things that we do, right? And he turns around, gives it a great spin, a spiritual spin. He says that finding something that you lost and that you hold dear is up there if you could compare it any way to when somebody is lost or has not come back to God in a long time, and when they finally are reunited, the angels of heaven celebrate. Could feel that. You know, I lost some glasses years back, and those glasses were $400 glasses. Now, the drachma that is in this story was probably worth a day's wages. Maybe if you could put your mind around it, maybe say $200. Now, are you going to look for something that's worth $200? Absolutely. Well, maybe not. I don't look for 25 cents, but I will look for $5. All right, I know I do. But anyway, so I lost these glasses. I went over all. I tried to trace my steps, right, all the way back. What did I do? I first thing got up in the morning, on and on I went. So I went through my bedroom and I looked through everything. The kitchen, looked on the countertops, pulled out the drawers, the living room, underneath the cushions, right? Underneath the couch, where else? Pockets, right? Looked in the car, under the car, in the little crevices on the side, all of those things. Did I find these glasses? How much were they? What does that mean? I have to go buy some more glasses. A year later. What did I say? A year later! I'm going through the ornaments. The ornaments! To decorate my Christmas tree, I opened them up and bing, bang, boom, they're right there. I took those glasses, I went to church next Sunday, and I took them off and waved them. The Lord has returned my glasses. It's wonderful when you find something that you lose. And we do lose a lot. And you guys don't even realize how much you're losing. But let me just tell you that you know how many particles of skin that you lose every day? 600,000 particles of skin. Now, I go around my house and I think, where in the heck is this dust coming from? Well, guess who it's coming from? Me! Because I'm losing 600,000 particles. Now they say that you lose about 150 different pieces of hair, but they say that if for your brain, you lose 190,000 neurons. Oh boy, am I in trouble. And of course, there's other things that we lose the older you get. You lose your youth, right? You lose muscle mass. Even though you could be going to the gym all the time, you're going to have more attention. You're going to have to work harder to keep that up, right? We lose all kinds of things. And there are worse things than those things. What if you really lose something substantial? So it could be your health. That's a hard thing to lose. The health of somebody else. And God forbid, someone you really dear to love. Like in our congregation, Cliff Sullins. That was a real hard loss. Your family. Our prayers go out to James and his family, his mom's family. Hard stuff to lose someone you love. Really, really is. And lost alters our lives. I am telling you. When you go through a period of loss, man, it twists you up. Can you say amen? Or no? I'm the only one that gets twisted up. No, we get disoriented and twisted and confused sometimes. And it's a devastating experience. And then we have this passage in Matthew, in the Beatitudes, that Pastor has been talking about. The Beatitudes really give you the way to live in life. And it's weird to me. Because this passage is here. This is another one of these difficult passages. Sometimes you see one of these things and it messes you up inside. It says this, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they will be comforted." Well, when you just first read that, what does it kind of hit you? That you're supposed to be happy when you mourn? No. You're blessed. What do you think that means? Anybody have a clue? Blessed. It's hard, isn't it? It's a hard one. Well, I found it in another passage, or I found it in another translation, and it goes like this, in the Message Bible. You're blessed when you've lost something most dear to you. Then you will be embraced by the one most dear to you. So this really is talking about the possibility with a close encounter with God. Because honestly, if you want to be honest, and we should be honest in church, shouldn't we? Would help. We go through life, and if everything is smooth and the road is straight and there's no hills to climb or mountains to cross over, and the gas tank is full, and your belly has got something good in it, and you had enough sleep, and all of those things are going great, and maybe you had a little extra bonus in your paycheck, whatever. Life is good. In those times, I just put on my happy music. Happy, happy, happy. You know what I mean? What is that one with? Justin Timberlake. He does one with dancing. Dance, 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 dance. I like to listen to those things. They keep me up, you know? So I'm having a good day, and I'm listening to dance, 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 dance. I'm driving down the highway. And am I thinking about God in that moment? Can I just be honest? Probably not. Dance, dance, dance. Oh! But the ups and downs of life really force us to start looking back up when we're on a downer. We've lost something dear. We need more strength. We can't find it in ourselves. And it's so easy to want to just get out of here and run away. And we have this passage in Luke chapter 5, God's lost and found chapter, and it says, suppose one of you had 100 sheep and lost one of them. Wouldn't you leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after that lost one until you found it? Now, when found, you can be sure you would put it across your shoulders rejoicing. When you get home, call your friends and neighbors, saying, celebrate the day I found my lost sheep. There's more joy in heaven over one sinner's rescue life than over 99 who don't need rescue. So when we're lost, and we have gone through loss, sometimes we want to kind of get out of here. Take off, don't you? If you're going to be honest. You want to run away from it. You don't want to confront the sadness. You don't want to confront the pain. But it's pretty normal, okay? That's not reaching. You know, sheep like to wander. And they wander away when they're really hungry, when they're tired, when they're anxious. And people are kind of like sheep. We kind of do that too. And we need someone to direct us and to pull us back in. Who's that? Good shepherd, right? Who watches over our hearts and watches over our souls and calls us back, calls us. When we wander, he says, he calls over and over again to come back. Remember what David said. David went through his heaven and H-E double hockey stick, you know what I'm talking about. Moments, and when he said this, he said, Lord, where can I go from your presence? If I go up to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Even when we're running and we're trying to escape the loss and the sadness and the whatever we're dealing with from God, God's still where you're at. Right? Still there. That's what I love about the Lord. He takes me as I am. He takes you as you are. You don't have to do anything. You just have to say yes. Remember that thief on the cross? I tell you, I'm at a lot of people's bedsides right before they skip over into eternity. And I always remind them of that one passage. Remember Jesus is on the cross and there's that man, the thief, right next to him? Does he get up to the altar and start repenting for his sins up there? Do you see him doing that? Now he's on a cross, right? What does he say? Does anybody remember? Remember me, Jesus, when you come into your kingdom. Remember me. That's what we have to say to the Lord. Yes, Lord, I'm coming. God calls us and calls us and calls us when we're in our loss, when we're in sadness, when we're dealing with something dire, and all we have to do is say yes. Master will find you and carry you like a sheep. And in that place, when you're the most vulnerable and hurting, God can work wonderful things. I went through a real big loss for the first part of the year. And since then, I've seen some new direction. I know I'm an old coot, all right, don't say that, I know I am. But I felt a new anointing. Because I went through a real difficult period and I was forced, guess what? I had to go to the Lord. I had no other place to go, all right? I didn't have anywhere else to go. I had to go to the Lord. And he heard my cries and he reached down and he met my need and he touched my heart. And I heard his call. And I came back. God wants to put us on a new path and set our feet in a new direction. If you're lost, we have to start again. He's there for us. You remember the story about the prodigal son? Okay, everyone is a prodigal from time to time. And what does he do? It says in Luke 5:11, there was a man who had 2 sons, and the younger said to his father, I want right now what's coming to me. Give me my inheritance. Of course, what happens to the prodigal son? He runs away, right? He has all of that money. He has a big party. And he runs out of money. And then what is he forced to do? Remember? Work on a farm, right? Slaughtering pigs. And it comes to him. The light bulb turns on. And he realizes it was better at his father's home, right? It was better at home. Sometimes loss strips us of that superficialness, materialness that we kind of fold into. There was a young lady that came from Traverse City, and she was kind of a wild girl, and that's okay. I think God loves to use wild people. I mean, she had the earrings and the nose rings and the belly rings, and she had the pink and blue hair. That's okay. That's great. And the tattoos and all that. She wanted to wear a real short mini skirt. And her mom and dad lived in this quiet little town outside of Traverse City, and it was a little much. And she thought, what did she think? You think, I gotta get out of here. This is too conservative. I need to go to the big lights or the big town, and I can live the way I want to live. So she went to Detroit. And there, it just so happened she ran into this man who had the biggest car she had ever seen. He offered her a ride. He took her to his apartment, and it was a fabulous apartment. He bought her a new coat. He gave her some money that she had in her pocket, and all she had to do was do whatever he wanted her to do. So you know where that went, right? After months and months of really awful work as a prostitute, she finally realized this was not what she wanted. And she got ill, and he threw her out, and she was on the street. And then she had one of those aha moments and realized, what the heck is she doing laying in a gutter? And she could be with her family. Loss really got her to that point. That loss came to her, She had to lose a few things before she started thinking the right way again. And so she called her mother and father, and guess what? No one answered the phone. She wrote them a letter. She said, Mom and Dad, I have enough money to take a bus to come back home. I hope you will forgive me. But then I understand. So she was anxious. When you have gone through what she went through, she didn't know she would be well received when she got home. She pulled up to Traverse City at the bus station, and there was a whole group of people waiting to celebrate her coming home. God, it's like that, only so much more. I wish we could feel a little bit of heaven to see how much He loves us and cares for us and calls us back. It doesn't matter what we do. It's better to be an obedient child. It doesn't get you in a lot of trouble. She was in a lot of trouble. I just run back to the Lord. God's calling us to come back. Come back, come back, come back home. That's where the strength is. That's where the power is. Life can throw so many challenges with so much loss. But what loss does teach us is it strips away all the superficialness in our lives. What loss teaches us is that we only have now. We don't have tomorrow promised. And it's not about how much money we have in the bank and what kind of car that we drive or the beautiful house that we live in. It's our families that are the most important. Our relationships, right? Our connection with God, that's what's important. And so we only have this moment. We have only this time. We have to make it happen, don't we? We have to live for all that we can live. We have to love with all that we have to love. And we have to give. And then what? Even if it's not a perfect life, even if there's plenty of losses, you'll find God's Spirit to take you through every day. God's shelter is a holy place when you walk into it. It's a place of revelation, a burning bush. It's a high mountain where the clouds are cleared and you can see your life more clearly, more purposefully. Have you gone through any losses lately? Come on home. To the God that is closer to you than any friend. A God that is a father, a God that is a mother, a God that is a sister and a brother, closer than anybody in the natural can be to you. Run back home and let God comfort and carry you through whatever you're going. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, for your wonderful presence. You're in this place. And I pray so much for the Sullivan's family that your powerful presence would carry them, hold them close, Lord, as they go through what they've been going through. And for each of us that are here, that have some issue or some difficult situation, some illness, for whatever ache they're feeling, I ask that your Spirit would touch each of us. Bring meaning to our lives, Lord, and bring us close. Help us to hear your voice, and to have that new experience of love and life and joy that we need to make it in our lives through all the losses of our life. We thank you in your powerful name.